Are you downsizing? Maybe need more room because of additions to the family, or possibly seeking that dream home you've always wanted? Well, Tim Eisner at Royal LePage Atlantic is the guy for you. With a proven track record and multiple awards, Tim goes above and beyond to find out your needs and exactly what you're looking for. So if you're seeking a new home or trying to sell your current one, contact Tim at 902-499-5717 or check him out on Facebook at Tim Eisner. Again, that's 902-499-5717. Trust me, when all is said and done, we'll be saying Tim Eisner strikes again. Hey, what is going on? Hope everyone had an amazing weekend. Welcome to another episode of Outside the Chute. I'm your host, Randy Frame. Before we get to the OTC Player of the Week, a friendly reminder to let our listeners know that the annual Canada Cup International Softball Tournament in Surrey, BC is looking for more youth gold teams in the U19 and U17 categories. The tournament runs from July 10th to the 16th at the world-class facility Softball City. Currently, there are over 90 teams competing between 5 divisions. There will be over 10 international teams competing in the women's division, as well as a few junior national teams in the U19 division. This tournament offers great exposure to athletes, to college coaches, and to national team coaching staff. This is a tournament you won't want to miss. Visit CanadaCup.com to learn more and submit your application today, or reach out via Instagram, where their handle is at Canada Cup Softball if you have any questions. Get in on this one quick. It's shaping up to be a beauty one out there on the west coast of Canada, and Softball City will be the place to be. This week's OTC Player of the Week comes to us from Mississippi as Breland Kane takes home the weekly honors. Bree had a remarkable week in the circle for the West Lauderdale Lady Knights as she threw 12 and a third innings, allowing only 1 hit, recording 26 strikeouts, and only walking 1 batter. Those 12 and a third innings saw her throw a perfect game and combined no-hitter as well. Awesome job, Bree. Best of luck the rest of the season, eh? On to this week's guest, and we sat down and chatted with WBSC Men's World Cup silver medalist and current member of the Canadian men's national team, Cory Jones. Jonesy has had quite a career to date. He was a member of the 2008 Canadian junior team that won a silver medal in home soil here in Whitehorse. He was an All-Canadian in 2019 with the Grande Prairie Pirates, and as mentioned, a big part of the Canadian men's national team that brought home a silver from the WBSC Men's World Cup a few months ago down in New Zealand. We're going to talk to Jonesy about getting a start in the game, the influence his dad played in his development, his lifetime contract he signed with Grande Prairie that he doesn't really recall, of course the World Cup, and much, much more. Jonesy was an absolute pleasure to chat with. Hopey and I are excited to see what kind of big moments lie ahead for him. Just as long as this isn't against the Mastodons this summer at Nats. Hopefully it's all good. With that being said, grab that drink, sit back, relax, cause here we go.
I got the world in my palm, lights, camera, action, it's on. I can't describe what I'm feeling, ain't never felt this freedom. I got the world in my palm, lights, camera, action, it's on. Ain't never felt this freedom. Could you say that anything goes, anything goes, anything goes, anything goes, anything goes, anything goes.
We're back.
Hey.
Hey, Hopey.
How are you?
Good. How's it going?
Good, man. Good.
Another week.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Another week. We have, I don't know, we got about, I don't know how many inches, 8 inches of snow or something crazy.
Was it?
Yeah, it was quite a bit.
Okay.
2 nights ago, and tomorrow's supposed to be plus 13.
That's how we're rolling around here now.
The weirdest weather. We went at minus 45 on the weekend, and now we're plus 13 on a Thursday. Sorry.
That was some cold, wasn't it?
Oh, Jesus, that was terrible. Anyway, weather's been crappy, but look, getting closer to spring. As you notice, the days are getting longer.
They are.
It was almost 6 p.m. our time, of course, and it was still a little bit light out. It's kind of nice to see.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of a funny story from this morning, actually. Yeah. So the last 2 mornings, I've been up before my alarm's gone off.
Like, you're
really early, like 4:40 on Monday morning, and then 5:40 on Tuesday morning.
Wow.
So anyway, I was like, whatever. So anyway, I woke up this morning, I opened my eyes and it was light out in the bedroom. I was like, what the? And then in my head, I was like, is it Saturday? And I was like, oh wait, no, I played hockey last night. Like that's definitely. So anyway, I popped up and Kelly's like, what? I was like, it's light out. She's like, what does that mean? I grabbed my phone. I was like, it's 7:30 and Harley had to be at school at 7:45.
Oh shit.
And I was like, oh man. And it's 7:30. I'm usually sitting in my office at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
So
when you played hockey last night.
I got Harley at the front doors of her school at 7:55.
Wow.
Yeah. So now I was like, I didn't want to say to Kelly, see, we can get ready this quick. We don't have to. But I was like,
you're
biting my tongue.
So yeah, you don't want to do that.
But no, that's kind of, I hate starting the day like that. Like, it's tough.
Sleeping in would be nice.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've done that.
So we had a little bit of news to pass along.
Yeah. We would like to congratulate Joel Eisner. East Hants Mastodon, of course, and longtime ball player in Nova Scotia, on his retirement. Yes. I believe Joel turned 40 this year, or maybe the end of last year, and he has decided to kind of hang his hat and not play at senior nationals anymore. He is going to play in our league still, but just want to wish him congratulations. Hell of a guy, hell of a ball player. You know, he played on the World Junior team at one point way back in 1962 or whatever it was. Yeah, he got to experience that. Of course, he was played a big role on his junior team in Troy. He was a captain. He played 4 years at university at Acadia University, winning a CIS title. Yep. And of course, played ball with us, national champion 2017 and All-Canadian that year as well. Yep. Yeah. Anyway, congratulations, Joel. And I know we'll see you around the ball field. He still has a young fellow that he's coaching now, so he's got a lot of years ahead of him on the ball field. Yep. So congrats, Izzy.
And I can't wait to see him in that prodigy Red Sox uniform.
Who, Cam?
Well, both.
Yeah.
Our team will take anybody at this point.
Exactly.
Especially any pitchers out there.
Yeah. Also, a lot of throw out of congratulations to David Watson. Bubba was in Australia pitching at the U23 Australian Nationals and finished second with his ACT team. Yes. Congratulations, David.
Yes, sir.
It's nice to see you down in
the land
Australia pitching on a national team and somehow not playing for Team Canada. But anyway, we won't get there. That's fine. And another congratulations being thrown out to Nick White.
Yes.
Another Nova Scotia kid. He's been named to the Hill United Chiefs roster. Congratulations, Nick, after a hell of a season last year, of course, with Canada Games and a bright future ahead of him. The kid's a bomb, man.
And Hill United definitely got that is a gem coming off the bench.
Oh gosh, yes. And
and the stuff that, like, any advice, like, I was thinking about this the other day, like, I think the biggest advice Whitey can get from us, or anybody really, be a sponge.
Oh my God. He already talked a little bit to me about that.
Be a sponge.
Oh, absolutely. Like, you got Bradley to listen to, but Jesus Christ. Yeah. No, good for him. And he has a bright future ahead of him, of course, as well. Yeah. Congrats, Whitey.
Yes, sir. I want to ask you about, did you see a friend of the show, Mike White?
Yeah.
University of Texas. Did you see what happened over the weekend?
I did not.
Okay. This is awesome. Because, Whitey doesn't give a shit about what anybody thinks, or he just does his own thing. Like,
right.
And that's why he's so successful in anything he's done. Well, on Sunday, they were playing Kentucky, and NCAA has I think it's a drop dead rule that the game had to be over at this certain time. So Kentucky could make their flights.
Okay.
It's a rule that they have in place.
Sure. So
anyway, they're tied 4-4 going into extra innings. Kentucky scores 3 in the top of the 7th. And so they scored the 3, and then Whitey makes a pitch and change.
Yeah.
And at this point, I think it was 15 minutes until
drop dead time.
And so anyway, made a pitch and change, and apparently threw a couple pitches, and then I think he made another change. They come back in the other bottom half, and they were up. There was 2 outs. They had a runner on, and they were about 3 or 4 minutes away from the drop dead time. Well, the runner, he did a pinch runner. Oh. The runner. Anyway, he lengthened it out. So played the time, and it reverts back to the last inning. So it was a tie 4-4, which would made their record 2-1-1 on the season instead of 2-2.
Okay.
And he is getting so much backlash. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. This guy's making almost 7 figures to coach ball.
Right.
Like, if that rule's there, like, why not use it to how you would like?
Well, to your advantage.
Right.
That's part of the coaching part of it.
Right.
It's kind of shitty. I don't like the drop dead idea.
Right.
But,
I do. It's such a.
but I get the flight thing too.
Right.
I mean,
it is. It's a. I don't like that rule at all. But at the same time, if you're a coach at that caliber and you're getting paid what you're getting paid,
you're doing everything you can
records
to win or get
matter.
points. 100%.
Yeah. So, Whitey, if you're listening to this, probably not. But anyway, kudos to you, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got a member of Team Canada on the podcast today.
Mr. Cory Jones.
Cory Jones.
I wonder if his nickname's Jonesy. It has to be.
It is. I hope. When we texted back and forth, I'm saying Jonesy. I don't know.
Maybe it's Corzy.
Could be CJ. Don't know. Anyway, we'll find out. But big year for him, getting named to Team Canada and going to Argentina, and then of course down to New Zealand.
Yeah.
And like at 33 years of age, getting named, like,
That's
you know
crazy
what I mean?
good.
Like that's
awesome.
And I mean, I mentioned to you before we start recording, like he was on the 08 junior national team, and then
that was with Longer and Daisy, right?
Yeah.
From Nova Scotia.
Yeah. And never played at his first senior Nats until 2017.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In Saskatoon.
Like that's quite, like, I can't wait to find out what's going on
what happened in between
there. And, but like, I do know that his first ISCs was in 08 at the ISC 2s.
Right.
Which was the first one I ever went to as well. And like, it's just,
he probably hit a home run off you then.
I don't know if we played each other, but
even if we didn't play him, he probably still hit a home run off you.
100%. No doubt. But anyway, and of course, can't wait to talk about WBSCs
oh my gosh,
and everything there
sure.
and everything that went down. But anyway, let's get to Jonesy.
Sounds good.
Yo.
All right, here we go. We are happy to have on with us today 2022 WBSC silver medalist, current member of Canadian men's national team, the pride of Leduc, Cory Jones. Jonesy, thanks so much for coming on the podcast, pal.
Thanks for having me, guys. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Awesome.
Nice. How's things going out in Alberta today?
Good. Weather's awesome. I don't know what it's like out there, but we're still like hovering around the -2 to +2. It's kind of weird, but I won't complain.
Yeah, we're all over the map as well.
Yeah, we were -45 2 weekends ago. We're going to be +13 tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Man.
Yeah,
typical Halifax weather.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb, but
anyway, whatever.
So how's winter treating you? All good?
Yeah, it's been good. Just kind of get back settled into a routine, and it's almost over here, hopefully. So back teaching the kids, and that's about it.
Nice. How's that going? You what grade are you teaching?
I teach grade 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Oh, okay.
Be a challenge.
Yeah, right when they start getting attitudes.
Yeah, I don't. The grade 5. So I've done grade 5 for about 7 years now.
Yeah,
I love them at that age because you can start treating them a little bit more maturely and talk to them regular, and you're not babysitting still too. So
yeah, that's a good point too.
But yeah, some days are interesting. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no doubt.
I can imagine.
No doubt. At least you're not. What's my son's in grade 10 right now, and holy frig, man, the attitudes I'm getting from him now. I mean, you know what Jake read that is.
Well, yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah. Anyway,
part of growing up.
Sometimes what goes around comes around, I think, though, Randy?
Yeah. 100%, Jonesy. Yeah. Mini me there, frig sakes. So you must be in training mode now for the Capital City Men's Fastball League, are you?
No, I better get my arm going. I'll tell you that. I'm not going to be able to move for 2 weeks, but yeah.
Do you pitch in that league?
I pitch every single game. Yeah.
What? Holy shit!
Hey, I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Well, do you get lit up every night? Because that's a feeling Randy has.
I actually last year, I don't know that I lost a game until the playoffs. Then I think I gave up 25 runs in 2 games, and there were 2 playoff games we lost.
Oh shit!
That's a regular night for me. Huh? Jesus. Yeah. So how is that league?
It's good. We're scraping to try to keep it together. My dad took over before they moved back out to Saskatchewan, and then Braden Arcan from our Grande Prairie Pirates team, he actually stepped up and took over. So him and I kind of try to keep it going. He does most of the work. I do some of the scheduling and stuff, but we usually start at about 6 teams every year, and then it ends at about 5. But we've got a good, like, I got our Leduc team. I got some buddies still playing, and we've got a pretty good team. And then Braden runs kind of like the old Lloydminster Dodgers.
That's
crew from there. And
actually pretty sure my son played for that team when is that near Calgary? Yeah, he lived in Calgary for a summer and played with Jay Duffy. And I know they played for a Dodgers team, but maybe it's a different team. I'm not sure.
That would have been Calgary. Yeah, Lloydminster's East.
Okay. I got you.
And then the Calhoun Chiefs, which Keegan Arcand runs. They've got a team in the league that is a strong team too. And then we've got a younger team that's kind of a mix of younger guys and then older guys that are trying to play. And I don't know. It's been good I don't know how much longer we can keep doing it, but hopefully it lasts a little bit here.
Yeah. How many games do you play a week?
We usually just do 1 or 2.
Okay.
Depending on if we have 6 teams or 5 teams or what that looks like. But the double headers suck when I'm the only pitcher. So.
Yeah. Randy knows that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are there any young guys coming up playing ball in the area?
We've got a few. Like we had, I know you guys. We had a Canada Games team there go to.
Yeah.
And there was some kids from around here, from the Edmonton area, on that team.
Okay.
Yeah, but like again, they don't have much to play, right?
Yeah,
that's the problem. Is that I don't know that like I could have kept playing if there was no competition to play.
Right.
I don't know. To me, that's why we play. So
exactly. That's why we're trying to keep our league running too, is to get the young guys coming up to a spot to play, and then
so
aspirations of going away someday or something.
Competition or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, Jonesy, we're doing quick pitches with you. I'm gonna throw out some random questions to you, and you answer them as best you can. All right. First one: if you had to live off one meal for a week, what is it?
Steak or potato chips.
Wow. Quite a price difference in those meals too.
I thought you were going steak or potatoes and then chips.
Fuck, I love that actually. Save a pile of money, just eat chips all the time.
Yeah, I don't know how well I'd go off that or how I'd look after a while.
Yeah. It's probably not the best.
That's probably not on Team Canada's nutritional plan either.
No.
Oh, shit. Next one, go-to drink of choice.
I'm a beer vodka guy, or I don't drink a lot of pop, so water, beer, vodka. I did just get addicted to iced coffee as well.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the girls like that.
I hadn't had a coffee in my entire life until about a year and a half ago.
I still haven't. I've never had a sip of coffee in my life.
Yeah. So
wow.
Don't do it. I would suggest don't do it.
Okay.
Oh man, I love it.
Okay.
Coffee, I mean.
If you could go back and play one game over again, what one is it?
Oh. I'll go way back maybe to the 2008 World Juniors.
Mm-hmm.
And when we lost in the final, I would love to go back to that game and hopefully change that. But that's a long time ago.
Yep. Best excuse you've heard from a student on why their work wasn't done?
Oh, man.
There's got to be a few.
There's too many. Like, I can't even... A lot of the excuses are they literally have zero time.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, like, what did you do when you got home? Well, we played video games for half an hour, and it's like, okay. And then I had supper, and then I'm like, so you literally had your entire evening is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
That might be my favorite one because it gets shot down pretty quick. But I don't know. I don't get many. I don't know. That's a tough question.
Yeah. It's not like back in the day when you could say your dog ate the homework because everything's online now. So
Yeah.
One place in the world you'd love to visit.
I just got to cross one of them off in New Zealand. That was on my list.
Wow.
I think Switzerland, maybe. I would love to go to Switzerland. Maybe for like the Spengler Cup or something. That'd be cool.
That'd be sick.
I actually just had the owners of our company were in Switzerland. Wasn't too long ago, actually. And they said it was the best place on earth, but super expensive.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but such a nice place.
Yeah.
Best professional game you've seen live?
Professional game. I don't know.
Oh, I feel like you've seen probably a good chunk of hockey out there in Alberta.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying. This is not going to go over well. I'm a huge Canucks fan. So
Yes, I know.
I haven't seen a lot of good professional games lately, but
No.
probably like a couple of years ago, not last year, but a couple of years ago, I got to go to one of the Oiler playoff games, and there's just like there's something about like an NHL playoff game. When
Oh yeah,
Sick.
atmosphere.
there's nothing like it. So
No,
I
that's
hate
true.
to say that, but yeah.
Yeah, it's true though. I mean, honestly, NHL playoffs is probably my favorite playoffs out of the 4 professional leagues for sure.
Well, it is.
And we're Canadian, so
Well, yeah. They're just beating the shit out of each other the whole playoff series. It's
yeah,
just
it goes for
totally
2.5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. 2 more here. Toughest pitcher you faced in your career?
Oh, I can't stand hitting off Sean Cleary, so
A lot of people.
I'm gonna have to say that. I hate it. So
I hate Sean Cleary. He is so fucking good.
Yeah. Last one. Why hasn't JT Miller been traded yet?
oh man, how long are we on?
Man.
Let's not go there because you could get me talking for about an hour.
Well, the best thing is I brought that up because that clip from there was it about a month ago when they were pulling the goalie and he was getting pissed off that the goalie wasn't going to the bench.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, and the goalie doesn't trust him because he coughs the puck up so much.
Man, that's it. That was my biggest. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get into it. I can't.
Okay.
So
And
yeah.
okay, here's my other question about the Canucks, just because I have it here. Well, no, I have it in my head. But why haven't they gone back to their black jerseys, like the throwbacks?
I don't know if they're doing it full time at home right now. Like they've been wearing them for the last month. I wish they'd wear their white ones on the road.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know if that's how they're keeping me engaged as a fan or what. But throwing, they just started. One of their guys is doing a podcast on the West Coast Express too.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was Bertuzzi and those guys, and those were like some of my favorite days as a Canuck fan.
Yeah.
So they're just keeping me engaged, I guess. And at a time, it might be very easy just to tell them to get lost.
Well, do you get pissed right now that if they win a game because it's right now tank for Bedard?
Yeah, I actually messaged Hilly last night because he's a Red Wings fan.
Oh, okay.
And we put a beer on the game, and they just got smoked. And he messaged me being like, "Oh, can't wait for that beer." And I'm like, "Hey, I'll happily. I wish we'd lose more."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, freak, man. Well, I guess let's get to your career here. Tell us how you got your start in the game.
So I think around 3 or 4 started again just hanging around my dad's games and bat boying and for his teams and learning it that way. And then we moved. Well, so I was born in Edmonton, then we moved out to Conquest, Saskatchewan for about 6 years. And so Dad just played in Conquest and had to hang around the Diamond, do some coach pitch out there. And then when we came back out to Leduc, Dad started a program for us out here, and we just started playing, and that morphed into our Leduc 747s program from mites all the way up. Where I think our last year was my first year junior, maybe. And essentially, he started grabbing kids I was playing hockey with that were good athletes and kind of forced them over to play boys softball. It worked out well. Like some of my best buddies I still have that maybe don't still play, but a couple of them still play on our league team out here. And,
That's good, yeah.
And we built a really good program. So I went up through, we won 3 Western Canadians in a row, I think, through both my years in Pee Wee and then my first year Bantam. We ended up winning. I think we won a midget bronze as well my first year.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so and then we ended off in junior when you guys know how it is. Guys just start. They got lives, right? That they need to start. So we kind of had to disband there, but it was cool the amount of people that came in and out of our program. And then my brother's 3 years younger than me, and so they kind of had a program following us all the way up under the same Leduc 747s group. And I don't know, it was a great way to learn the game and play the game and fall in love with the game too.
That's such a good name, the 747s. Where'd that come from?
I think he got it from, I can't remember if he played with or friends of his from Maymont, Saskatchewan, that their team name was the Maymont 747s.
Okay.
And then I think he liked it. And then when we moved out here, like my house right now, I'm 8 minutes door to door from the airport. So
yeah.
I don't know if that was a part of it, but yeah, so that was who we were from essentially when I started playing out here till my first year junior.
Man, I'd love to see a battle between the 222s and the 747s. Oh, frig. It's funny you brought up the fact about hockey players and how the Canada Games team from here, essentially all of them are like really good hockey players.
Yeah, they all played high level hockey. Yeah,
I think that's one of the things that, hockey players have can transition to this sport really well, it seems.
Yeah, and it just, I totally agree. Like, again, if you look through the softball history and the amount of like really good hockey players, like it's a lot, right? Probably the majority. And just how it transfers over. And I think back, like, not that I'm like that old, but I think back when I was coming up through hockey, like, we were all athletes playing hockey too, right?
Right.
Yeah. We kind of could do everything where, I don't know, I've seen some kids that I coached in hockey years ago that, yeah, they're great hockey players, but they don't know how to throw a football, or they don't know, like they struggle to go out and play catch with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which sucks in my opinion as well. But
yeah,
it is cool, the correlation between the two.
Absolutely.
You played pretty decent hockey, didn't you?
Yeah, I played Bantam AAA, midget AAA hockey all the way up, and then probably should have gone off and played junior, but just didn't love it as much as I should have. So I went to school instead and played some junior B back home. And, yeah, but lots of buddies too. So
yeah,
awesome.
Actually, the funny thing, like, of course, doing my research, I come across good stuff, and this actually made me laugh. Like your 2007 year with the Oil Kings.
Yeah.
Your team captain. You're the playoff leading scorer, but you're also the top defensive forward in the league. How are you the top scorer plus the top defensive? Like, that's the ultimate player right there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my, I call that my super vet year, because that was my, I played 3 years of midget AAA, which most guys are gone by their third year if they played as a 15-year-old. But I think I had like a down regular season a little bit. Like I still scored a bit. And then, I don't know. I had that playoffs. We lost in the final that year, the provincial final to go to the TELUS Cup that year. And I led the playoffs in scoring. I don't know.
That's awesome.
It's a good run, though. Good way to finish out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if, I don't know if that's why, that was maybe one of the funnest years of hockey I had. So
yeah,
it's hard to replicate, right?
Yeah, I hear you. Same boat. Last year, midget, I went off, and I still one of my favorite years I ever had, for sure.
Yeah, and you're at home, right?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So when was it? When you started thinking serious about the game, like of softball, was it like in midget, like around there? Like, because I mean, the junior team would have had to been on your radar right then.
Yeah, kind of like, I don't know. I think just because of my dad's path, right? Like,
yes.
I always had whether I knew how far I could take it or not. Like this game was all I want to do was play ball. So, and I always knew I was like decent. Like I always was pitching, hitting, whatever. But you never really know, I don't think. And you guys can probably attest to it too until you get to your first Canadian championship, right? And then you're like, okay, maybe I'm not as good as I think I am, or because you start going up against you see all you guys out east or the Ontario guys, or you see some of the top BC guys, and then it brings you back down to life a little bit. But yeah, I think once that junior national team got on my radar, and then to get to experience that it's like, oh, this is pretty cool. So
what was it like getting word that you're on the team? I mean, that had to be pretty cool.
yeah, it was cool. I remember we had a couple camps. Like we went to a Western camp in Saskatoon, and then it was cool. Like a lot of the guys I talked to that got to play on that World Junior team are kind of like, you did what? But they took the top 26 athletes that year to Florida. So we got to go to,
oh shit,
our final training camp was in Florida. And so they picked the team after that. And then, it was just, it was like relief. It was cool, excited, all of the above. It was awesome.
Yeah, Tommy was coaching that team, wasn't he?
Yeah, Tommy Doucette, one of my favorites.
Tommy D, what a beauty. What any good stories on Tommy? Because that guy,
he was a beauty.
He was so awesome.
I got a lot. Like, yeah, he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, right?
Yeah.
And I just thought it was cool, like, oh yeah, he wasn't like, I think just exactly that. He was one of the nicest guys, but you always felt he was in your corner, right?
Yeah.
Like, one of my favorite lines he would have coaching third base is he'd always give the signs. You'd be in the box and he'd be like, "I'm your biggest fan."
Yeah,
I still remember that to this day, right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh man.
And he wasn't lying, right? Like,
no.
He just he was. I loved him as a coach.
Yeah.
So.
And you got to play with Longer and Daisy as well on that team.
And Patrick Avery as well.
Patty Avery,
yeah.
So
it's funny. I feel like you and Longer would be best friends right now, based on like, you know what I mean? Like just having your guys.
I ran into was he at Canadians with you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him a bit at Canadians. So
that guy's just a weapon.
He's a beauty. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny about Longer. The year that the Mastodons won in 2017. There, I got when you guys sent me the team picture from you guys at Boston Peace. No, you guys went to a different place.
Bar or somewhere.
Anyway, they sent me the team picture, and I was like going through, and there was this one person. I was like, who the hell is this person in a wife beater? like you know what I mean? Passed out. And they're at this restaurant, and I was going through my head, like, okay, there, and I was trying to say, who am I missing? And I was like,
hey,
Longer. So, that was awesome.
God love him.
Yeah. So, I mean, walk us through that experience in Whitehorse. Obviously, great experience for you, even though, you came away with silver and you said you would like to go back and play that game again.
Yeah, it was just like, I think like that was, I'm sure we'll get into it with like playing at that stage, like with the men's team, right? And the fans and whatnot. But that was like, we were getting, this might be exaggerating, but we were getting 3,000 to 5,000 people at the Diamond and White. Like it was nuts. And like, that was maybe the first time like I'd played in front of crowds like that in ball. And we were good. Like, I think back to the team, I think Shane Boland and I talked about it a little bit in New Zealand, but like our team, we hit the ball, and then we had like Devin McCullough and Dustin Cashane throwing, and then Jordan Graham was a third thrower, and like Jordan wasn't even hitting there. Like,
wow.
He would come off the bench and hit a home run, and then like, I just think we had like Dan Mitchell, Justin Potskin, Shane Boland. I don't know if you guys know Mike Knoftel from Newfoundland.
Knoftel,
of course, yeah.
He was unbelievable. Dylan Cunningham was our third baseman. Like we just, I don't know, we pounded the ball, and our pitching was unbelievable, and that's why I say I would love to go back, because I don't know how we lost that game.
Well, it's funny. I mean, if you were to go back and look at all like rosters,
I was just going to say the same thing.
And
the majority of those players on that team that you played on in 2008 are still playing
and at a high level. And you don't really see that if you look back at a lot of the other teams, even recent teams.
Yeah,
like you don't see it. And that's what when I was going through the research and looking at the team, I was like, holy shit,
it's amazing.
That's a great team.
It's a lot of talent right there.
I even look at too, like, and you guys would know this well, but like Patrick Avery was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was a bench player for us, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I think he got sick right before the tournament, or he might have been starting too. But like, just again, I talked to because my dad was assistant coach on that team,
right?
So
yes,
we kind of will talk about it all the time, and like same thing as you guys just said. Well, we'll run into guys at Canadians or at ISCs or something, and then it's like, oh yeah, like how good was that team? But so
That's awesome.
What was the? I always like asking this question about Whitehorse. How was the daylight all the time for you?
It was wild. I remember, I think the first night we got up there, we were in the dorms, and we were out, a bunch of us. I think Dusty Cashane he used to like wrap up a sock with tape or whatever, and he'd pitch it, and he'd be throwing ryes. So we were out with a stick in the parking lot, like playing just a pickup game. And I think it was like 2 a.m. and Tommy came out and was yelling at us off the patio deck, and we had no idea because the sun was still out.
That's weird.
Tell me it's not bedtime yet. We're grown adults here. Oh, that's awesome. If you're into online sports betting, well, we have the app for you. I'm telling you right now, I use it personally, and it's helped me cash out at the highest odds possible a few times now. You see, betting lines have different odds at each sportsbook. By using the BetStamp app, you can line shop across all sportsbooks to ensure you are finding the best value available for each wager. It's like using Trivago to find the best deals possible, essentially. I'm sure everyone has used Trivago at one point in their lives. Well, by using BetStamp, that's exactly what you're doing in the sports betting world, by trying to find the best payback for your buck. I'm telling you right now, this app is awesome. Go download it today and use the referral code OTC. Well, what are you waiting for? Do it now. Again, that code is OTC. So that year that marked your first ISC experience at the twos in Wisconsin. There, like we were talking about, it was mine as well, with Lloydminster. What was your impression of that?
That would have been like I knew the ISCs were out there, but that would have been like that was back when they split the twos and ones, right, Randy? Yeah. And so like they went with Lloydminster Dodgers, and I thought the best part about it was just getting to play different teams, right?
Yeah.
And, it's like, holy, like this is bigger than just Canada or Alberta or whatnot. And then I think that one we were talking, that was in Appleton, right?
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And then the ones were in Kimberley. So we go up, and Horse Lake had a team. So there's a bunch of Alberta guys on there. So just like, again, getting to watch some guys that maybe you knew about, but never got to watch all the time.
Yeah.
And then the twos just also, again, kind of bringing you back down to earth and being like, okay, like I'm not as good as I maybe think I am. So, because there's good players everywhere. So
yeah, absolutely.
I found the biggest thing for me at that ISCs, like going over to Kimberley and watching the main ISCs, because that's when Erky was playing with Midland. Yeah, and went over and watched it, and just watching the caliber of ball and thinking, man, this is fucking good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, holy cow, this is good.
Yeah, and then I knew, again, some of the guys that the Horse Lake team were bringing in, and it was just like, okay, this is something maybe you can do, right?
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, like, all your ISC tournaments, did you play with Lloydminster and Grande Prairie?
Yeah, that's all I've done. I've played, so kind of a running, like, if you ever get a chance to chat with Donnie Atkinson, that's the first thing I'll bring up. That 2010 year is the first year I went with him, and I've been playing with him on either Lloydminster or Grande Prairie ever since. So, it's pretty wild to think that it's been that long.
Well, we'll talk about Donnie a little later on here in the podcast, because I'm going to bring him up. Oh, freak. So, I mean, like, any big moments stick out for you from any of these ISCs?
I think the cool part is just kind of like our progression as a group. And like, maybe if we hadn't progressed, we probably wouldn't still be kind of as the same core group going through. But just like, starting in the twos, and then I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just playing. And then we kind of started to get better and better. And then I can't remember, I'm not good with years, but one of the years when they started to morph the two tournaments together, and we started staying up in the top end, and then we moved into the Grande Prairie Pirates, and then kind of every year we've gotten better and better. And the last two ISCs, we've, I think, finished 7th at both. So like just to be, I don't know,
it's progression
team and battle that way with guys I've been doing it for 10 plus years.
Well, especially the last 2 years, if you're finishing in the top 10, man, that's you're playing some good ball.
Oh yeah, and then you get down to those last few days, and it's like, holy crap!
Yeah.
Some things got to go right too, right? But I think that's the coolest thing is just being able to progress with the same group and do it for a long time. I don't know how much longer we have left as a group. Hopefully, a couple of years here, and but I think that'd be the coolest thing.
Yeah, I have a feeling that the Pirates are going to like circle tap this year. I just have that feeling.
We went in 2019. It was so.
You're like, it's a good setup, isn't it?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I had never been there for boys or anything before ISCs were there. And we took a couple guys to the NAFAs was there before. So we went a week early, a few of us. And that was the first experience I got, and it was really cool.
That's awesome.
Anytime that there's a full-fledged bar right on the ball field, I mean, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's what we should be building everywhere.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, I agree 100%.
Yeah. Let's jump to your senior men's nats here for a second. One thing that was crazy to me was, I mean, you didn't play your first one until 2017 in Saskatoon. You remember that one, Hopey?
Yeah, I do remember that one.
Yeah.
I have a tattoo on my arm about it.
But I mean, why so long?
Where were you
to get to that first one? Like, what was going on?
Sorry for yelling.
We, like I said, before that, we were kind of under the Lloydminster Dodgers, and we were playing the Senior B circuit out here, and we never, we had no teams going to Senior Men's Canadians. So, I think just put it up to that, right? We went a while in Alberta here, where we didn't have any teams going Senior A or whatnot. So I found the exposure was really hard to go find a team to play with. Or I was also for a few years there just happy playing here Senior B, doing that, and then all of a sudden it's okay, I want to do a little bit more, right? So
was there something that clicked for you? Was there did a light switch go off and you're like, all of a sudden, hey, I'm gonna make goddamn Team Canada.
I'm gonna play on Team Canada. Fuck you guys.
No, I got a story about that too. That was not on so when I came out of junior, I got put onto that 40-man with a few of us off that 08 team.
Mm-hmm.
And then playing junior B hockey, I dislocated my elbow. And that took me about 2-3 years to fully recover from. And I don't know, I gained a bunch of weight and got out of shape and just didn't put any work in the ball side of it either.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, I think it was right before the 18 or 19 season, and Todd Williams and Scott Galenza on our Pirates team, they we were sitting in a bar, but I think
that's where all the good talks happen.
Yeah. Todd confronted me and he's like, "Can you for one winter just put some work in, please, and see what could happen?" And I'm like, "Wow." And my big thing too was I burnt out in hockey, right? And I was terrified of that happening in ball because I love ball, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, man, if I don't take a break in the winter, am I gonna burn out by July or
right?
And I started to put some work in, and then all of a sudden you see results, and all of a sudden it's things are easier, and then that 2019 season in that winter, I put a lot of work in, both fitness wise in the gym, and then started hitting and throwing a little bit earlier. And that's where I can pinpoint things kind of took off. I had a really good summer that summer. So
it's amazing when you put the work in, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, it's
There's something to be said about that.
That almost makes you embarrassed that you didn't do it the whole time, right?
Yeah.
It's why didn't I do this from when I was 19 till 28?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still saying that. Fuck, man. It's so hard to get ready for 44 years of age trying to get ready for the Shooters League now. It's just okay.
You got to put the work in.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Hey, I credit you guys, like, especially like still pitching at that age. Like, again, I don't pick a ball up pitching wise all winter, and then I go out and start throwing in league, and I'm like, oh my god, like, yeah, why am I still doing? I wish people didn't know I was a pitcher at this point. But
Yeah.
Jonesy, there's a 4-month span where I'm so sore for the whole summer.
Oh.
It's ridiculous. So,
yeah, it's,
Frank. Well, let's jump to Team Canada because
Sure.
I mean we had a lot to digest here over the last 6 months
Mhm.
that's gone on and crazy. Let's first get named to the team. What was that like?
it was crazy. Like I said, like, so getting put on the 40-man in after Canadians in Grande Prairie.
Mhm.
Like I said, I wasn't like, yeah, would I have loved to be on it, but it wasn't my goal, right? Like I wanted to help the Pirates and be better individually, and then that came about, and then like COVID hit, right? And then all of a sudden it was shut down. I'm like, oh man, like, and everything got pushed and pushed and pushed, and then finally when we got to play the Grand Slam in Saskatoon, and I had a really good Grand Slam, and like it all, I had some buddies being like, oh, like, well, I think you might have a chance to make that Pan Am team. And I'm like, yeah, right. Like, you know, like that's just how I am. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think so. And then, yeah, all of a sudden you get the call, and I'm like, wait, absolutely. And then go into the Pan Ams in Argentina, and like what an experience that was. My biggest goal was, okay, I don't want this now. Like that was a goal I set. I don't want this to be a one and done now, right?
Right.
Let's see not knowing like very well, I was like, hey, like whether I'm a bench guy or whatnot in Argentina, like my goal, I want to like make a name for myself so I can do this again, right?
Yep.
Went in there not really expecting to play a whole bunch, and then just about started every game, and I was like, okay, like,
Yeah.
What was that atmosphere like? Like that
The
atmosphere in
crowd,
Argentina was ridiculous.
I can't explain it. Like I try to explain it to people like mom and dad or my brother or like whatever, and I'm like, again, I know the number gets thrown around, but I was hearing like 9,000 to 10,000 people, and there's like flare guns going off and drums, and like guys are like Walshy and Hunts are getting ice and beer thrown at them in the outfield. And it's like it was raucous. Like it was nuts. It was great. Like we played, I think second night we played Argentina under the lights.
Yeah.
And I was starting at first base, and I remember the first inning, I'm like, okay, get yourself under control here. Like,
Yeah.
and then you're trying to cheer, and like, I don't know if Sean could even hear me from first base. Like it was, I don't know. It was awesome. It was crazy. It was awesome, but it was crazy.
Wicked.
Well, I mean, just watching the feed, you could feel the electricity through the feed. I
Oh, it
could
was
just
nuts.
imagine what it was like there in person. Like, holy shit.
Yeah,
No.
you gotta do a good job to, like, I'm a pretty calm person as it is, so I can't imagine if I was a guy that like plays at an intensity level of like Shane or
Lolly.
Ryan or those guys. Like,
Yeah, lolly.
yeah, or Lolly, right, or whatever. Like I pride myself in being calm.
Yeah.
And like it was hard. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's wicked.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's talk about New Zealand now. That was I mean,
Oh,
it
my
was
favorite.
sick.
Loved it.
It was so good. Like watching it, the whole feed. I mean, all of it from your personal point of view. Walk us through that tournament.
Starting Palmerston.
Yeah.
Yeah, starting Palmerston.
Palmerston was crazy because like I think it was like
Hello.
one of the nights right before.
Huh.
Hello.
Hey, yeah. Can you start that over? We just lost you there.
Sorry. Yeah. I think I was talking to Cam. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. To Cam Schiller when we were playing them right before the tournament started. And he was talking about how he was watching the feed, and we were just like, yeah, like roll off the plane after 2 months of not playing, and you're playing New Zealand,
Yeah.
Argentina, Japan.
Japan. Yeah.
It was like, I think it was the best thing for us, but it was like, holy crap. Like first day we played 3 games.
Wow.
And yeah, it was crazy. So that, and then to roll into the tournament, and like I don't know, the whole time we were just kind of rolling, right? And
Yeah.
you guys watched it, and
Yeah.
it was kind of probably the same as watching it. Like whoever was in or out or whatever, guys are picking up here or there, and
Mhm.
I don't know, and it's not an overconfidence thing, but there was never a point going into the final that I thought, oh man, we might lose this game. Like it was, I don't know, completely believed in every guy we had on the team, and we just came up short, right? But overall, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why you played that. You guys had such a good game against Australia in the round robin. I mean, you're going into that finals, and of course, confidence is going to be high after playing that round robin game for sure, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I think it was more just for me, like, I don't know, just the way we were clicking all over the place, right?
Yeah.
It was like it was one of those moments where you're like, okay, like things are going good, right? But that's why you play. So
it's also the benefit of having so many leaders on that team too. It's like there's no way anybody's going to go into that game thinking we're not going to win, because those guys have all been.
If you do, you're in trouble. Right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Sure. And I mean, has Australia. I mean,
well, fuck yeah,
fucking that 18-year-old Basgrove pitched the game of his life.
Didn't they get you in 2008 too, Jonesy?
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's it.
Fuck, man, don't be throwing that out.
Well, hey, I had sorry.
They did, yeah.
It's good redemption time.
yeah. No, but I mean, like I said, Basgrove pitched really well, and Kroenke just went off that tournament. I mean, and Chelsea, like they just came together. I feel as a squad, because they were overlooked. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, but if you look, and absolutely, and then they go into Palmerston, they win Palmerston, and then they kept that going at the Worlds too, right? They just, again, I think they probably felt the same way we did, where they just felt like they're clicking. So
next guy up, like Adam got hurt, and then Basgrove was like, who's this fucking kid?
Yeah, and I mean Kroenke was pitching as well. Jesus.
Sure. Anyway, it was fun to watch.
And for you guys, for your Team Canada, what was it like? Being a part of, Mace's last game as Team Canada, Hilly, guys like that have worn the red and white for so long. What was it like being a part of that?
It was just cool, like to see how much it matters to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how much they care, and it's also really cool to look and be like, man, that's something like I wish I could have played as long as you, right? Like, for how many years they got to put in the program and keep coming back, like it's so impressive, those guys that are doing that. But like, I didn't make the program till I was 33 years old. Yeah,
well, which is very impressive as well, Jonesy.
And now I'm just again, my next goal is, okay, let's see if I can do it again. See if I can get one more go around, right?
Yeah.
But like, you look at those two and how long they've been playing, and a lot of the other guys, it's like that's something I really appreciate in all those guys, right?
Yeah, for sure.
The fact that Hilly was playing with a fractured wrist is crazy, and like I really didn't know the extent of it till his episode on the podcast with him and Lolly, right?
Yeah.
And he went through everything they did, and I was like, holy shit, this guy's a warrior. Like, for what he did and what his injury was, like, that was amazing.
Yeah, and like it would have sucked if he couldn't put the effort in, right? He's such whether he's playing or not, like he's a guy I really look up to. So like, to have him around, whether he can play full time or not, is in my opinion, it benefits you big time.
Well, for sure. Sure.
And then like in batting practice, and you guys could have seen him in batting practice, like he took batting practice every single day, but I guarantee you it hurt like hell. Like, you can tell.
Yeah, that had to be tough for sure. And Mace, he went out in style. Man, that guy had a hell of a tournament.
Yeah, it was cool to see too, right? Like, whether, I think, again, and Mace can attest to this, but if he's ever slumping or struggling, just let him play against the Pirates in a bottom of the seventh situation, because I think he's walked us off like 2 or 3 times in the last 2 years.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Or just grow back that mustache.
Yeah,
that's all he's got to do.
That was kind of my thing. Did anybody even talk about that? Like, when he shaved his mustache, he kind of went cold. And I was like,
no, I didn't bring it up to him. So
probably not a good idea. But.
We joke about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Usually you go the other way though, right? Like in Palmerston, I had a mustache and I couldn't hit, so I shaved mine off.
Yeah.
He had his and he was hitting moonshots, and then he shaved it off. So I don't know. Maybe there's something behind it. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I can't grow one, so I don't worry.
So What's in store for the season and beyond for you, Jonesy?
We're just I took to be honest, and some of our Pirates guys can probably attest to this, but I haven't been very active in the group chat lately. I needed a break. Took
no doubt
kind of 2 months off, and then now we're getting geared up for another season. We're planning on going to ISCs and Canadians again, and got a little bit of a tourney schedule going, and there's a bunch of us going. The Arcans have their team that they take to Native Canadians.
Oh, right.
And
yes.
So they're taking a team. We're going to Vegas there at the end of March, and that'll kind of be the start of it.
That'll be all right.
Yeah, I've never been to Vegas before, so it might.
Oh, Jesus.
It might be an issue for me, but we'll see.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, going to Vegas to play ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, frig. All right, buddy. We're going to do player association now.
Sure.
Of course, you know what this is all about. I'm going to throw out some names to you, and if you have a story with them, let them fly. First one, Devin McCullough.
Devo. Devo and I go a long time back. I've been playing against Dev since he was he's still pretty short, but since he was just this little skinny kid in Squirt and Pee Wee flying off the mound at that point, because he's a year younger than me, and he would. It was again, it's no different than what he is today, but you look at him, and even when he was in Squirts and Pee Wee's, being how the hell is this kid throwing this hard, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we've been teammates. I went to Saskatoon and played junior with them for a year because of him, essentially. Played on the World Junior team together, got to play in Argentina together. I don't know. He's one of my favorite guys in the game.
Nice.
Next up, Evan Normand.
Evan Normand. Oh, Evan Normand's one of my best buddies. We grew up, our Leduc 747s. My dad ran, and his dad, Lyle Normand, ran the Calgary Rockies, and we pretty much played in every single final from squirts through midgets against each other. Evan pitched for them. I pitched for us. It's surprising that we're buddies to this day because of that. But Evan Normand's one of my best buddies. He's an awesome guy too.
Right on. Donnie Atkinson. Let's go.
Donnie Atkinson. Where do I go with this one? I don't know. Donnie's claim to fame is in 2010. He signed me to a lifetime contract with the Dodgers, now Pirates, and I'm still here. So
it must have worked.
Yeah, I also don't remember the evening that he did that. So, no, Donnie's been, again, awesome, helping me get into the men's game, and then transitioning into the Pirates, and just a super good teammate, one of the funniest guys you'll ever be around, and another good buddy of mine.
Yeah.
So
he seems like an awesome guy. I'd love to sit down and have a beer with Donnie for sure. I mean, what him and Tosh and Dino are doing with the twos program out there is pretty awesome.
Yeah, if you never got a chance to sit down and have a beer with him, I would highly suggest it. So,
yeah. Two more here. Braden Arcand.
He is one of the scariest guys I've ever pitched to. I'll tell you that. He literally still in league to this day. I'm terrified to pitch to him because the ball comes back at you so when he's on, he's hitting the ball up the middle, and his arms are so long. But I don't know, just another great player from out here that I'm proud to have kind of been growing up through in the last 10 years with. Great teammate as well, him and his brother. Great guy.
Nice.
Great guy. Good buddy of mine as well.
Last but not least, I think you know him pretty well, Jordy Jones.
Oh, Jordy Jones. Oh. We have to bring his name up.
Oh, we have to. Because you know why? You know why we have to? Because doing my research, I come across the game at NAFA where he hit 2 home runs with 5 RBIs and you had a home run. So I was like, oh shit, I got to bring him up.
You probably haven't heard the backstory on that then.
No, let's hear it.
So he hits in that first game. I can't remember who we were playing, but he hits 2 home runs.
Minnesota. You were playing Minnesota.
Yeah, and I guess I hit one or whatever. But after the game, they came and literally took his bat. It was an illegal bat, but because I don't know what the ruling was, but because they didn't find out like mid-game or whatever, like home runs counted, he didn't get kicked out of the game. All they did was just took the bat for the rest of the tournament. So we gave him shit for that because we're like, I was like, well, hit one with a regular bat and then we'll talk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, my brother, like, again, my brother's a good ball player too. He's moved back. He lives in Conquest, Saskatchewan with his wife, where my dad's from. They still play in the second division in the Saskatoon League, and he could probably be playing some with us if he had a little bit more time. But yeah, and he's biggest supporter. He was in New Zealand watching us too, so awesome. It was cool to have him and my family there. So
nice. Now, is he associated? Is he with the Saskatoon Blades? WHL
yeah,
team?
he's there. I don't know what his exact title is, but he's like their brand manager and does a lot of the communication stuff with the Blades. So he just started that about 6 months ago. So he's doing really well there.
Oh, wow. Wicked. Actually, I think that's what Erky started out with the Mooseheads.
You're right. Yeah.
And now he's the president of hockey operations.
No, and Erky used to tighten their cups or something, he said. Or maybe he didn't say it. He liked it, he said. Maybe. I don't remember.
Oh, frick. Man, what a great way to end the podcast right there. Oh, shit. Yeah. Listen, Jonesy, thank you so much for, taking the time to come on and talk to us. Love what happened this past season with you in Team Canada, and can't wait to watch what's in store going forward here.
No, thank you. I really appreciate you guys having me on. I wasn't expecting to get that call, so I'll sit down and talk ball any day. So
right on. We'll be having a beer in the beer tent in Vancouver.
You're going to Vancouver? We're going to Surrey.
Oh, Surrey. Sorry.
Randy will get
same
left.
thing. Abe says it's the same thing.
There you go. Yeah. Take care, Cory.
Okay, thanks, boys.
See you, Jonesy.
See ya.
Right on.
Wicked.
Awesome.
Now he has to get a school plan ready for tomorrow morning.
School plan, get her ready for the grade 4-5 class.
Yeah, Jonesy's an inspiration to a lot of guys. If you think about it, being 33 named to Team Canada just means that you put in the time, you can actually do something.
That was the main thing I took out of that there, the talk.
Absolutely, man.
Like, see what happens when you put the work in.
Yeah, and it's not rocket science. That is the case. You got to put the work in. It doesn't always mean you're going to make the big team, but
no.
If you want to succeed, it doesn't just go for sports. It goes for anything. Yeah. It's life, marriage, work, 100%. Everything. Put in the work.
100%.
Anyway, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yes.
Good inspirational podcast, Randy. You did a very good job.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate that. We got a Yeti draw going on.
Yes, we do. Yeah, our draw is April 8th, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, it's $1,000 worth of Yeti product. It's pretty cool.
Some Cold
Full
Stream.
of Cold Stream product, yes. We also have a wrapped Michelob Light fridge full of Cold Stream product as well. A second prize.
That sounds like a great prize for Easter.
It's a great Easter draw.
Great Easter draw. So anybody wants any tickets on this, you can get them.
And we'll get you the prizes no matter where you're at.
No matter where you're at. So one ticket's $5 or
it's $5 for one ticket or 5 tickets for $20. All you got to do is transfer the money to ehdons@gmail.com. That's ehdons@gmail.com. And we will enter your name into the draw. We'll fill out your ticket for you.
Make sure you give us your
phone number. Your phone number or your email address and your name, of course.
Yes. That way we know.
Please do.
Please do. We, it's going to be a big fundraiser
long drive to Surrey, BC.
Long drive to Siri.
Siri. Yes, Randy.
Bring. Anyway, yeah. So we got that draw coming up, and if you could help us out, we would definitely appreciate it.
Yes.
And we're back in the dome for
some skills for the kids from U11 to U17 starting on April the 2nd. I'm looking forward to that for 8 weeks. Mm-hmm. 2-hour sessions on Sunday nights.
Yep.
Should be good. I love getting out with the kids. It's probably my favorite part is of the season is actually doing my skills in early spring. I love it. I freaking love it.
The funnest thing I thought, last year seeing is the progression of kids from the beginning to the end.
Holy crow. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome to see.
Yeah.
And hopefully the numbers are going to be like last year because
We had 46 last year in the gym, so I hope they're the same because we have the dome
we
this
have
year.
the dome.
So,
Yeah, much more room.
Yeah.
Just lengthen it out.
Yeah.
What else do we got? I don't know if we have anything else.
Who's up next?
Don't know.
Well, that's good.
I haven't I don't know yet. I have to.
I'm going away in 25 days.
Are you
Going to Jamaica to play ball.
Yeah, play ball.
No, I'm not going to play ball.
Jamaica man.
Yeah.
Who's all going down there?
Neighbors and neighbors and us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Nice.
Hedonism.
Yeah, right.
My wife doesn't know yet.
Oh, okay.
Nor do my neighbors.
Freak. All right. Well, all our listeners, thanks again. Another week upon us. Listen, like, subscribe, all that stuff.
Keep trying to help grow the sport.
Yep.
It scares me to think, like when Jonesy was saying about the kids not having places to play or not enough competition. Like in Leduc, they're 8, not far from Edmonton.
Yeah.
It's a major city in Canada. We got to grow the sport somehow.
Yeah. Those kids that were on the Canada Games team, keep playing.
Yeah, keep playing. Go play in that league that Jonesy runs.
Yes.
Like, gosh, play.
Keep playing.
Best sport.
Yeah. All right, Hopey.
Anyway, yeah, take care.
Have a good week.
Okay, pal.
Classified.
Pick it up, yeah. Pick it up, pick it up. Ha. Pick it up, pick it up. Nah, we ain't slowing down. Pick it up, yeah. Let's play a game, call a monkey in the middle. Married to the game, but I ain't scared to make a single. This right here got you feeling like a nympho. About the climax with your face all in a pillow. It's a grand slam home run. Early morning tee off, sinking a hole in one. 1-1, the underdog, but I'm winning it. Club closed, but the ticket DJ keeps spinning it. Oh, I can't stop this feeling that I come across. Moonwalking on water like the sun of God. Then I'm ghost. Busters, who you gonna call? Feels like Christmas when I'm sipping on that rum and all. It's that bonus on your paycheck. It's when the wifey surprised you with day sex. Yes, it's going on that first date. It's taking her over dinner and she offers to pay. That's a grand slam. Move the Oakfield way back. I'm swinging for the fence. Grand slam. I got a couple of drinks, got weed, it's the money to spend. That's a grand slam. I'm feeling brand new, like no I can't lose. That's a damn good day to me. That's a damn good day to me. That's right, and that's a damn good day. Pick it up, yeah. Pick it up. I'm trying to give a bit of great advice. You in a dark place, this could be your ray of light. It's a feeling that could make you nice. I'm trying to take these people higher. It don't matter if you're afraid of heights. Right. It's like that back massage. It's a bachelor party over your last hurrah. Feels good, don't it? Enjoy it while you can, cause this all stops when the record ends. There's 3 types of people I know that tell the truth. Kids, drunks, and those who nothing to lose. I'm on my last drink though, but got no weed to smoke. Just found a joint in the seat of my coach. That's a grand slam. Move the Oakfield way back. I'm swinging for the fence. Grand slam. I got a couple of drinks, got weed, it's the money to spend. That's a grand slam. I'm feeling brand new, like no I can't lose. That's a damn good day to me. Said I'm feeling brand new, like no I can't lose. That's a damn good day to me. Grand slam. And that's a damn good day to me. Pick it up, pick it up. Nah, we ain't slowing down. Pick it up, pick it up. I'm that tall, skinny white dude, born and raised out in Enfield is where I'm still living today. Nah, I never went Hollywood, heaven forbid. And a big up to my hometown for letting me live. I'm feeling it and feeling energized, like I worked out and got some exercise. It's that game-winning goal. It's getting home from work. It's smelling your...
Are you downsizing? Maybe need more room because of additions to the family, or possibly seeking that dream home you've always wanted? Well, Tim Eisner at Royal LePage Atlantic is the guy for you. With a proven track record and multiple awards, Tim goes above and beyond to find out your needs and exactly what you're looking for. So if you're seeking a new home or trying to sell your current one, contact Tim at 902-499-5717 or check him out on Facebook at Tim Eisner. Again, that's 902-499-5717. Trust me, when all is said and done, we'll be saying Tim Eisner strikes again.